There you go.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
This is a meeting of the Licensing Subcommittee B, which will be held remotely via Skype on business on Tuesday, the 22nd of December 2020 at 10 o'clock. Can I welcome all members, officers to the meeting of the Licensing Subcommittee? Due to the government advice to practice social distancing, this meeting will be held virtually. The meeting is being recorded and will be available via the Council's website to be viewed as soon as possible following the meeting. Everyone participating in the meeting will be accessing this meeting from remote locations. Please could everyone ensure that mobile phones are switched off or to silent mode. Members will have received an electronic copy of the agenda. I will ask officers to present a summary of key points. For the record, the agenda can be viewed on the Council's website. If members and officers wish to raise a point or question, they should use the instant messaging icon. the icon in the bottom left of the Skype window and simply type speak. I will come to you in order I receive requests. Please do not use your microphones until I invite you to do so. In the event that the subcommittee requires to vote on the item of business at the meeting, I will announce that the members of subcommittee have 20 seconds to vote by typing for, against or abstain in the instant messaging icon. I will then ask Democratic Services to announce a decision by committee. Officers from Democratic Services will be supporting the meeting and will be monitoring the use of microphones throughout the meeting, and where necessary will mute those not being used. Before we formally commence, I will now ask officers from Democratic Services to announce the names of the councillors in attendance at this meeting. We would now ask the officers to introduce themselves, and when I invite them to speak during the course of the meeting, they too should ensure microphones and cameras are switched off when not in use. Can I now ask you to announce the members who are in attendance?
Thank you, Chair. Today in attendance are Councillor Altaf Hussain, Councillor Gary Thomas, Councillor Janice Lewis, Councillor John McCarthy, Councillor Pam Davis, yourself as Chair, Councillor Malcolm James, and for the benefit of the recording, I'm Mark Alvin, Senior Democratic Services Officer, Committees. I've noticed, Chair, that the applicant has not joined the meeting, so I've asked my colleague Mike Pittman to see if he can get him in. He has had a link to the meeting, and I believe I've seen an email come through where he's accepted that link, so I don't know whether he's having trouble joining.
Okay, that's fine. Do the officers want to announce that they're here?
Andrea Lee, Clerk to the Committee, present.
Yvonne Witchell, Team Manager Licensing.
Thank you very much. I'll now proceed to agenda business. Number 1 on the agenda is apologies for absence. I have received no apologies. We're still waiting for the applicant, but we'll see. Number 2, declarations of interest. To receive declarations of personal and prejudicial interest, if any, from members, officers, in accordance with the provisions of the Members' Code of Conduct adopted by Council from the 1st of September 2008. Are there any declarations? No?
No.
Okay. Number 3 is the application to license Hackney carriage vehicle. Have we got to hang fire with this, Andrea, or should we still go through business because the applicant is not here?
Right, so basically we had a problem last week with the applicants. They wanted to attend, but they couldn't connect. So if we then have to ascertain from the applicant whether they wanted the committee to hear it in their absence. So if Mark, can we ascertain that from the applicant, what the status is?
Yes, okay, certainly.
Thank you. So I suggest we wait to see what the outcome of the call is to the applicant, and we go from there.
Okay, lovely. I thought it might be something like that. This is when we twiddle our thumbs a bit.
Yeah.
We've asked him, Chair, if he intends attending, because he did accept the appointment.
Yeah.
And if so, if he's having a problem connecting.
Right.
And if he is, Mike can perhaps try and assist him to that end.
Right. If he's having trouble connecting, I noticed by the message you've emailed him, would it be quicker to just telephone him? Maybe.
It would be quicker, Mark, if we could telephone him, because if he might not see his email if he's trying to connect.
Oh, it looks as though Michael Pittman's come up with, I'm
Right,
trying
so-
to phone him now.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of when I can't get online and we ring into 642111 and then they say, can you send us an email? And we can't get online, which is a bit of a,
Come on, Mark, for God's sake, shape yourself, man.
we got problems if he's not answering or coming online. Oh dear. The best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. This is Mark's fault because he dared to say those words. I don't think we'll be long at this meeting. And when that is said, and I've said it, it is the sword of Damocles, isn't it?
Will we be able to go ahead if we cannot contact him?
Yes. Well, you can then make up your mind whether you want to hear in his absence or you want to adjourn.
Right, Andrea, yes, thank you. Chair,
Yes.
if I may, I find it a little bit disconcerting that somebody who's applied to have this vehicle done, all right, been notified of the meeting at 10 o'clock, and I can't even get him on the telephone.
Right, I've just had a message from Michael Pittman that he's not receiving any answer to the telephone call.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Chair, I think we should go ahead with the meeting, isn't it?
Well, we've tried messaging him and we've tried telephone. Apart from smoke signals, I can't see what else we can do. So I suggest, like Rob, that we just go ahead with it, Andrea. We've got everything and all the salient facts in front of us. So over to you if you think that legally we're okay to do it.
Yeah, as long as you're all in agreement to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine as well.
Yeah.
You're not
Yes.
in agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'll hand over to, I presume Yvonne is going to do this. Am I presuming wrong or not?
No, you're right.
Okay.
Yes, Chair, thank you. Good morning, members.
Morning.
As you can see from the agenda, you have received an application to licence a Hackney carriage from Mr. Graham Thomas. The vehicle in question is a BMW 520D The application is to seat 4 passengers. The reason it's before you is it falls outside the current Hackney Carriage Policy guidelines. The first registration of this vehicle was the 27th of September 2016. It's not wheelchair accessible. We have had an MOT certificate dated the 16th of July 2020, which showed the mileage of 34,605 miles. Given the exceptional circumstances, members, as you will understand, we've had a licensing enforcement officer carry out an inspection of the vehicle. It was seen in good condition as part of the inspection. The mileage at that point was 34,853 miles, and the details of the inspection are at Appendix A of your report. Your policy guidelines in respect of the licensing of Hackney carriage vehicles is at paragraph 4.5 of your report, and in the absence of the applicant, we would request that you determine whether to grant the application.
Okay, and everyone has read the vehicle assessment form for the vehicle. Has anyone got any questions, can I ask? Right, I've got Altaf, do you wish to say something? No?
No, 4.
Okay. Can you just tell me that you've all read the assessment, etc.?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, Chair.
Right, okay. So
Yes, Chair. Yes.
I think that we could go for voting on this, whether or not to let it go through or not, and to grant the licence. Yes? Over to Democratic Services, I presume?
Thank you, Chair. If members press for or against in the IM button on the left-hand bottom side of the screen, we'll all see what the result is.
Okay, you've got 20 seconds then in which to vote for, against, or abstain.
That seems unanimous for, Chair.
Thank you very much. And that completes the business. There's nothing else. I've got no urgent items or anything on the agenda. So thank you very much for attending, everybody.